Hello Scouts, this is Mr. Bertfa from Rainbow Council, Cub Scout Pack 256, Shorewood, Illinois. And today we're going to make a covered wagon. What you'll need to do this project is any old cake box. This happens to be chocolate fudge brownies. Some craft sticks. You can do whatever sizes you want. A couple dowel rods or skewers, wood skewers. Some scissors, a piece of computer paper, printer paper, a cup, and either a hot glue gun or some form of glue. So to start off, we want to cut the box. Now we don't want to open up the ends and take the cake out because we need the closed ends to make our wagon. So we need to be real careful when doing so. You might want to start by poking a little hole on the top, and then you can just cut along the edges. If you're real lucky, maybe your mom or dad will make you the cake while you're working on your covered wagon. So like I said, you may need a little bit of help here. It can be a little tricky trying to get this out without cutting the cake mix bag. But I know you can do it. So once you got it off, you want to keep this to the side. Mom or Dad, you might want to take a picture of the cake instructions because it's going to disappear during this project. So you want to take your cake mix out now and just set that off to the side like I said. Maybe you'll get a cake. All right, so now you got your box. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our craft sticks and we're going to attach them to the sides. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can leave the edges rounded like they are out of the packet. However, Mr. Bertfa, to make it look more like a real covered wagon, is going to cut the curved ends off. That way it looks like real plank boards. Like I said, you can leave the curved edges on if you want. Once you do that, you're going to attach them with glue to the side of your... Now, if you're using hot glue, make sure you get an adult's help because it can be real hot. You can use regular glue, but it just will take a little bit longer for the glue to dry while you're making your craft. So you want to attach them all the way around. Now, I already pre-cut the rest of mine, so I have them all done. Okay, and then depending on the size of your sticks for the ends, you may need to trim a little bit off as well. So just take your stick, hold it up to the box, figure out how long your sticks need to be, and cut them to appropriate length. Just be careful with your scissors. You don't want to cut yourself. If you need help, make sure you get help. So attach them like so. That's my one end. So when you're all done, you should have your wood planks all the way around. Oh, I'm going to put a little, it's going to be coming apart here, so. Put a little glue to hold this back together there. All right, so once we're done with that, now we can do our wagon wheels. We're going to take that piece of cardboard that we put off to the side. We're going to take our cup and we're going to trace 4 wheels. Oh, wrong side. Smaller wheels. So we make our circles, tracing there all the way around our cup, and we want to make 4 of them. Okay, once we have them traced out, we'll just cut them out. That's one. And 4. All right. So we got those. And then we're going to take our dowel rods or our skewers and turn our wagon over. And we're going to attach them to the bottom of our wagon. Now you can place them anywhere you want. But you kind of want to have one in the back and one in the front. That will make the wagon stand a little bit better. If you want, you can trim off a little bit so it's not so much sticking out. So I think what I'm going to do here, try to, again here, make sure you get parents' help on this. And so I got the same length. I'm going to use my one I just cut as a guide to cut the other one. Okay. Watch out for flying dowel rods. So once I get those cut, I'm going to attach them to the bottom. Again, I'm going to use my glue. Again, like I said, you can use white glue if you want. The only thing, like I said, it will take a little bit longer to dry. So your project might take a little bit longer for you to complete. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to dry just a little bit, I will take another dowel rod, and I'm just going to use that as a guide to where I'm going to need a hole. Oh, I'm going to use it as a guide to make a circle right in about the hole, or in the center of the wheel for my axle, so I can make a hole. If you're using a skewer, you could probably just poke it through, especially the one end, because it was a little bit sharp. But using dowel rods, they're a little bit, at least the ones I have, are a little bit thicker, and it won't poke through the cardboard. So I'm going to make a hole, and I'm just going to use my pencil to start it. I'm going to make sure it goes both ways so I can easily slide it on. And then I'm just going to slide it on my wagon. Good. Again, make sure, be careful, you don't want to poke yourself. One last wheel. So just, oh, and I broke my pencil head. So, okay, let's see, I think I can do it still. No, okay. Okay, so I got my 4 wheels. As you can see from the side view, nice little wagon. Okay, last thing is we got to put our cover on our wagon. So just going to take a piece of computer paper, like I said, place it in. It's easier if you go the long way, that way, especially on a wide box. You are going to have to cut a little bit off the paper so it fits. So you're going to mark it and just cut it. If you need to draw a line, you can measure it. You measure your box. Do it that way. Let's see if I cut enough off, which I should have. A little bit more off this side. I went a little crooked. Now you can just either set it in there if you want, or you can put a little glue on the sides. To make it more permanent. You set it in there, that way you can just take it off and load up your wagon or whatever, or you can like make it more permanent, and you still can get your stuff in from the front and back. Now, if you want to be really creative, what you could do is you could take an extra dowel rod and place it coming off the front. I'll let it sit for a little bit. Hope I got enough glue on there. Okay, do that. And then take a little one of your sticks. I'm gonna break it in half, or roughly half. I'll cut it down a little bit. Put a little glue on there. I'm going to attach it to the front of my dowel rod, and that's where you can hook up your ox to pull your wagon across the prairie. And now you got your covered wagon, so you can set off on a venture on the Oregon Trail or whatever trail you want to set off on a venture. Load up your supplies and have fun. Hope you have fun making this.